Okay, so today's challenge is World at War Riese with shotguns only, and for this challenge I was really mainly just hoping to get to like round 25 or 30 because this map is pretty hard. It's World at War, so you have the janky zombie AI, and this map does not have the 24 zombie cap like any of the other ones, so it's really hard. Also, there are mid-round dogs, which, I mean, in a shotguns only challenge shouldn't be too much of an issue, but I mean, still, this is just a harder map, and also World of War Quick Revive and Solo does nothing, so yeah, it's just a hard map. So for this challenge, I was really just hoping to get to like around 25 to 30, and I would be happy. And for this challenge, I was at first wanting to go for the trench gun first, just because I didn't want to use the double barrel without any perks, but I died multiple times trying to open the doors to the trench gun because there's two doors to get to it, and there's only one to go to a double barrel. And I was actually hoping to get the trench gun and the sawed-off double barrel because I remembered I had never pack-a-punched the sawed-off double barrel, and then it occurred to me that the sawed-off double barrel isn't even on Riese, so I just decided to go for the regular double barrel first because I kept dying trying to knife zombies to get to the trench gun. And I actually decided to do this challenge just because I really like the World at War shotguns, especially the trench gun. I haven't used the double barrel nearly as much as the trench gun, but I used to buy the trench gun like every game of World at War that I would play when I was newer to it, so I figured I would do this challenge. And honestly, playing this made me realize that like these things are kind of unbearable without speed cola. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost died twice on the dog round because the double barrel without speed cola is actually just kind of atrocious. But hey, at least it's not the Olympia. Like, at least it has good damage, you know? I can complain about the reload all I want, but at least it's not the Olympia. And the reload was annoying me so much that I actually decided to get speed cola before Jug, which I usually would never do, especially on World at War, but this reload was just annoying me, so I had to. But I got Jug at the end of the very next round, so it was fine anyway. And then for the next little bit, I just camped at the power area with the door behind me closed because I didn't really need the pack punch yet. And then after just like a little bit of camping there, I went and bought the trench gun, which is by far my favorite shotgun in World at War. It's the one I've used the most, and it's just the one I like the most. And as soon as I bought it, I started linking the teleporter for pack-a-punch. And this game, I was going to do a different strategy than I usually do, which is camping in the Thompson room. And also, because I always forget to in these challenges with the single shot weapons in World at War, I bought double tap because there are always comments telling me that it helps even with the single shot weapons, so I did buy it this time. I know it helps you like re-chamber your bullets and stuff or whatever, so I actually remembered to buy it this time. Like I said earlier, in this game I was going to try a different strategy than I normally do. For the early rounds, like right now, I was still just sitting in power just because, I mean, that's kind of what I'm used to, and I didn't even have pack punch open yet. So I was just staying here, but later I was going to try and like train / camp in the Thompson room. I usually never do that in challenges because I can barely do that strat normally, so I just don't bother with it in challenges at all. But this time I figured I would give it a try since these shotguns are actually pretty good. So I ran over to that area at round 13 and was just going to start doing that. I still hadn't pack punch, but I did have pack punch open now, so I could just go do it whenever. And I knew I wanted to pack punch the trench gun first just because it's the shotgun that I like a lot. And so at the end of round 13, I pack punched the trench gun to get the gut shot, and then after this, at the end of round 14, I end up packing the double barrel to get the 24 bore long range. I think honestly this might be the first time I've pack punched the double barrel on World at War Riese. I know I have on BO1 because I did a challenge with it, but I don't think I ever have on World at War Riese because I never really buy it. But yeah, after that it was pretty much just going to this strategy. Dog rounds obviously weren't much of a problem because I mean it's a shotgun only challenge and shotguns are really good against dogs. And for whatever reason, I wasn't getting like mid-round dogs almost at all. I don't know why. I've never had that happen on World at War Riese. Usually I'm getting spammed with them and I hate it, but for whatever reason I just like wasn't having any spawn in. And I wasn't complaining about that whatsoever because I really don't like those things anyway, so it just meant I can pretty much just stand here in front of this barrier and just shoot everything that comes at me, and then once I actually do need to train a little bit, I'll just kind of run around shooting everything. and I mean, I have two good shotguns that can get a zombie out of my way, so I ended up getting to round 20 pretty easily on my first attempt, and was really hoping to make it to 30 and finally have a challenge on World at War Riese that actually goes well. And round 20 was a dog round, so I ended up getting through that pretty easily. And then on round 21, like midway through it, I ended up getting an insta-kill. And while insta-kills with shotguns aren't really the best, they're still not bad because I can easily hit a lot of collats just basically standing in the middle of this room. And it has pretty fast spawns, so I ended up getting through round 21 pretty easily. And then on 22, I was barely able to make it through that gap. I'm honestly surprised to make it through something like that on World at War. But I just barely made it through that, and that is the spot where I always die in this room. And on round 23, I had to go in that spot again, and was not as lucky this time, and actually did die, and immediately restarted. Like, that spot is just what kills me on so many Riese games, but I started up a new game pretty much instantly, and I already had both shotguns by round 8. I didn't have them pack-a-punch, but I was pretty much just doing the exact same strategy, just sitting at this window, killing all the zombies as they run at me in this room. And at the end of round 11, I pack-punched the trench gun, and then after that, at the end of round 12, I pack-punched the double barrel, and then just started playing the game pretty much the exact same as the last game, just hoping I don't get caught in that little corner area at like the doorway where the trap is. Also, I just feel like I should mention it, I'm not using traps for this because I feel like it would kind of just defeat the purpose of the challenge. The challenge is to use the shotguns. If I'm using the traps, then, I mean, that'll just take away from the actual guns that I'm supposed to be using. So I don't use traps in this at all. Also, throughout this challenge, I think I learned that the double barrel does more damage. I kind of knew that, but I think the double barrel can, like, hit more zombies, like, per each hit, like, do more collaterals. So I was kind of just, like, swapping in between the shotguns, using them, rather than just spamming the trench gun, because I didn't want to be constantly reloading. But I was at round 18 and things were still going well until I got pushed back here and then pushed into this corner next to the staircase, and you can probably guess what happened from there. I tried my best to use the proning and just hope that I would be able to escape, but yeah, it didn't work. So on to the third attempt, where I'm at round 10, getting pack-punch open, pack-a-punching the double barrel, and just going straight back to this exact same strategy, and just hoping that something will go differently this time. And then at the end of round 13, I once again went and pack-a-punched the trench gun, and also I remembered to get double tap this attempt since I forgot on my last game. It's just kind of an afterthought. I never really think about double tap on like World at War or BO1, just, I don't know. It's just not something I ever think about even in challenges, because, I mean, let's be honest, the perk isn't bad necessarily, but it's just like not that helpful, especially on like these China challenges where I'm using single shot guns. It's just not a perk that I think about often at all. And at least I got past 18 this time, with a nuke pretty much just ending the round, and me going straight on to 19, and hopefully this time at least being able to make it to 25, but hopefully 30. And something weird about this one was apparently I was spamming the trench gun way too much, because I ended up running out of ammo with it on 19, and I hadn't had that happen yet at all. So I guess it was a sign to just start using the double barrel more, especially because the double barrel is definitely the better shotgun in terms of damage, and probably collaterals as well, so I really should have just been using it more, especially once I actually have a horde together. While I'm just standing in front of the barrier kind of spamming, the trench gun's better because I don't have to reload as often. But the double barrel is definitely better once you actually have a horde together, because it's just way stronger. This game actually seemed like it was going really well. I was ending round 22 and going on to my PB for this challenge around 23, and the drop luck was absolutely perfect, with me getting a nuke pretty early in the round that immediately gave me an insta-kill, and so I pretty much was able to use both of those to just go through the majority of the round. And when I mentioned earlier that I wasn't getting many mid-round dogs, I meant that for all the attempts. Even editing this, there is really not like any mid-round dogs spawning in, like, at all. And I've never had that happen in any Riese games ever. And as you just saw, I got a nuke on 24, so hopefully I can just lock in and get to at least round 25, because that's the minimum round I want to get to. And then I got kind of trapped in this corner and just barely got stuck on this last zombie that was blocking me, and died on round 24, and rage quit the challenge and was absolutely done because World at War Riese drives me insane every time I play it, and I just did not want to do this again. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.